Right. Let me just switch over to there. Oh, we only got 6. The problem is tonight, because it's, you jumped in last second for me, which I really appreciate.
That's all right.
I haven't managed to share this out or anything like that. So hopefully
No,
people
no.
will share it and
Yeah. No, it's always the way. I'm terrible. I try to put a video out every week, and it's like tonight, technical problems again, because
yeah.
I decided to do this in the workshop instead of in my warm home. So trying to keep it real. But no, I mean,
Yeah.
I've told a few people, so
Cool.
they're
Okay.
watching. Hi, mum. Hi, dad.
Right. So I've just shared it out on my Facebook. Right then. So, guys, everybody that's in the chat, I know there isn't a lot of you, and I do apologize for not sharing this out earlier, but Scott, Dandelion Creations, has saved my butt, really. He's jumped in last second, raced home from work,
Yeah.
and jumped on for me. I've tried to do a couple of invasions because I pre-record these invasions earlier in the week.
Right.
But it's just not gone right. Everyone that's wanted to do it, and I've asked to do it, there's something that's gone wrong, and
Well, I mean,
it is what it is.
But I always plan on going wrong, and then if it goes right, it's a nice welcome surprise.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of the other way around. What's the saying? Prepare to fail to prepare to fail.
Yeah.
But I never get to prepare, unfortunately.
Right. Okay, let's jump straight into it. So I always keep the same format, the same questions,
Yeah.
but with every single person, they're totally different. So we kind of go off at different angles, but the format of the invasions are always the same. So first of all, we start off with a little introduction from you. Some of that your subscribers wouldn't know about you.
Well, I mean, I don't think many people realise, because I always get the comments like, I had one person. Obviously, you get the good comments and bad comments. One of the comments I got was like, "Oh, you're not very good at woodwork," obviously the usual. And then others say like, "Oh, it's brilliant," and how do I get started? But for me personally, I only actually started doing any sort of woodwork at the start of the year, at the creation of the Dandelion Creations Instagram.
Yeah.
Before then, I used to do D&D scenery. So I used to use extruded polystyrene foam. There is a few pictures on there, and then I don't know why it was a natural progression. But I moved on to woodwork. I went to a house that was burnt out, and that's what gave me the joy to do it, woodwork. And the rest is history, really. I mean, I don't even, half the time I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't mind admitting it. So that's part of it.
Fair play. At least you admit it.
Well, I can't not. You've only got to see my work.
No. So what we're going to do is we're just going to shoot across onto. Now this is usually pre-recorded, so we're going to shoot onto your channel. You currently have 7,770 odd subscribers, which is really good.
Don't ask me why. Well, actually, I can probably tell you why. There's one video on there which dwarfs everything else I've ever done or ever will do, and that's the tensegrity video. And I think that's sort of like 90. I think at one point that video made up about 250% of my views.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I just don't know. It's crazy numbers. I mean, who knew a from would have that many people viewing there?
What's that? The floating prototype? Is that it? 4.4 thousand.
So I did the well, no, if you look later on top.
Oh yes, I see it. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
it's mad how just a video can just do that. It's I've seen this video and it's not coming up red. Look, I've watched this video anyway.
That's what you see. I've got an agreement. Google, it makes you watch it more then. No, that was the moment where it just blew up. Really, it was like,
Yeah.
I mean, overnight I went. So there's a creator who's helped me out a lot, and it's at Real Simple Things, Real
Oh
spelled
yeah.
REEL, and he helped me out
Yeah.
tremendously. I mean, I was languished at 60 subscribers, which was amazing. I was so happy with that. And then I got to like 90. I always had a deal with my dad. I said, "Oh, I tell you what, if I can get to 100 subscribers by Christmas, we'll go half is on the camera." He was like, "Yeah, easy bet." And I thought, "Oh, he's got me here." And then literally that video was out. I think it was out for about 2 weeks, and then I looked at it overnight, and it had gone from 1,000 views to 4,000, and then the next day it went from 4 to 16, and I was like, "Okay, what's happening here?" And then you know the rest, just went mental.
Brilliant. So, I know Baz. I mean, he usually comes into the invasion, so he might be here soon. From Real Simple Things. Okay, so why YouTube? I'm just going to work way down. This is my aid memoir, by the way. I've done so many of them, and I still have to have that in view. So why YouTube? What made you record that very first video and upload it?
Well, with Instagram's amazing, but it's one of those things where it's like sometimes it's hard to like really put across a personality, because I mean it's a matter. I mean, when you chat to people, the creators on there are so supportive, and they're always there for me, and I've been trying to be there for as much as them. I mean, it's hard to keep up with everyone, because a lot of the time you'll have so many people on there that have helped you, and you always want to throw the love around, really. But I just, at one point I was making something, and I thought, oh, you know what, I'll just film it, because I know Real had done it, and I asked Real, I said, "Oh, so what's it like?" And he was like, "Just give it a go." And then I did the first video, advertised the guts out of it. I mean, I look at it now, and it was so long-winded, that first video. I mean, because this is a bit of a, I've tried to improve the set. It's basically covers up all the rubbish in the background. Right. I will show you probably at the end of this, but I just decided, give it a go. What's the worst case? I mean, I'm Brumley, and it's hard to understand me sometimes, but
tell me about it. Tell me about it.
I know. Well, you're down south now, so you must have to walk around the subtitles.
You have to walk. You have to talk a little bit slower.
Hello. Well, I always get people always message, "Oh, what's a table?" Because obviously I say table with an I.
Yeah.
So in all my videos now, I always subtitle the word table, just to tell people happy.
So that's why.
Yeah, that's the reason why.
Brilliant. Now this is a bit different to my usual invasions, because we've got people chatting in the side here. Have you ever seen Makers International podcast?
Oh no, I haven't. No.
Right. So I've
got my PA to put it on the list.
Okay. You've just had kind of an invite onto there from JP Woodwork.
Oh, brilliant.
So get in touch with JP and you can discuss that. What else we got? Let's just have a quick look. We've got a lot of people in. Yeah, a lot of positive. No bad comments.
Has anyone asked why my beard isn't as magnificent as yours?
Well, they already know that. No, honestly, I trim an inch off it per month just to keep it, but then once I was doing a resin, like a resin pour on a canvas, and I was blowing it and then looked down, and it's lying in the resin, so I had to cut 3 inches off it, so it should be longer than this. So.
Well, I mean, I'm more like your beard's 16. I'm more like beard 2.
Right then. Right, inspirations. Is there anyone or anything that's happened, or anyone that's inspired you to do what you do, as far as woodworking?
Well, I'll turn the camera to my. She won't like this, but I'll try and turn the camera around. That's my partner, Meg. She's sitting on my original work table, which was the fridge. So she pushed me out. I couldn't have done it without her. I mean, I put a post up the other day explaining how much she means to me, and I don't want to, bag on too much. Try not to. But she's everything I own on Instagram and YouTube is all down to her, really.
Yeah. Can Meg hear me?
She can.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just after brownie points, girl. Don't listen to her.
Well, I'm hoping to extend that workshop a bit more. So
Cool.
no, but and I mean, apart from Meg pushing me to actually create the stuff and to get going, because I'd always said, oh, I fancy doing a YouTube channel or I fancy starting an Instagram, and I just never thought, oh, I won't ever make anything that people are interested in. And then she just sort of said, what's the worst that'll happen? There's an audience out there for everyone, including a ginger guy from Birmingham. So, and I mean, apart from that, obviously, people like the one real maker who's absolutely phenomenal was Uri Tuckman.
Right.
I don't know if you've ever seen Uri Tuckman.
No.
He does automatons, and he's what I love about him is, and I try obviously not to copy him, but I try and bring the same to my channel. I'm always trying to build new stuff because it's so easy to get pigeonholed. Like I did the 10 segment table, and I remember speaking to Real just after, and he was really supportive. And I said, I don't really want to build another one, although it might do good. I don't want to be pigeonholed. And Uri's exactly the same. He, I mean, his first video I think was backwards scissors. He made a pair of scissors that cut backwards. His other video, he did a box. He took one of those old Singer sewing wheels where you pedal it. And from his own design, he made a scroll saw, and then he amended it again and made a wood lathe. And the guy is just absolutely phenomenal. He's done an art as well. He's painting, and I can get starry eyed, but he's someone I really commend because he's got a love for his craft. He doesn't make videos all the time. A bit like Bobby Duke, who from the other side is equally an amazing artist, but he's just like energy on screen. He's absolutely insane. I watched his latest video where he dressed up as Kratos out of God of War, just randomly, and I thought, oh my god, what is that all about? Well, he's so good. So Uri, Bobby Duke, and then just a lot of support from makers like yourself who viewed my videos and commented, and I try and do the same to a lot of people, but there's so much time, so little time in the day sometimes for even.
That's it. Yeah, there is. There's only so many you can watch and comment on, you know. So, cool. Right, should we have a little tour of your space? And I spoke to Scott earlier on, because he jumped in last minute, so he's moving house and all that. So,
expect mess.
Yeah.
Well, it's like is it even a workshop if it is a messer? Is what I often ask. I actually talking about this. I'm in the perfect position for the lawns, and I did actually think about putting a bowler hat on. But I measured my head the other day. Another thing people don't know, I measured my head, and it's I'm actually in the top 1% in the planet for head size. So I can't get hats to suit.
Oh, right.
Anyway, moving on. Let's tour the workshop.
Cool. I'll just let's have a look who's in the chat. We've got quite a few.
So this is obviously on my phone. So we've got the motor saw station. I actually originally had that on I built a little chair myself, which I showed a few times in the early videos, but I had to build arms, and I just decided to buy one. But I'm hoping to get a motor station when I get the new workshop.
Is that the Evolution?
Yeah, Evolution.
Yeah.
With where I never look at the camera ever, so pinpoint. That's the Evolution. I recently changed it to an 80 TPI blade, just because my motors are so terrible. I'm not very accurate, so
right.
Change that, and then apart from that, I've got the. Sorry, you seen my nose there. So
that's all right. I've seen worse.
I do try and shave it. You've got the table saw. It's just literally a salt saw. It's just space. I need an outfeed table and stuff like that. And then a lot of the time, the tools are just thrown everywhere. It's taking the mess. Hello, Meg. Taking the mess. Just random wood everywhere. I want to do something with the scaffold boards. Just random stuff. It's just, as I say, bomb site at the moment. So don't judge me. Usually I'm a little bit cleaner. And this is the behind the backstage action, as it was. So that's that's what I cover up: the punch bag, lamps. So the illusion is destroyed that I'm in any way tighter. I'm not.
Do you know what? I've seen many workshop, and I used to actually go and do the invasions personally and travel to the makers shop. But obviously, because of now what's going on, we can't. But each workshop, shed, kitchen table, whatever, everyone's different,
Yeah.
So no matter where you do your making, you're still making.
And someone asked me the other. It's funny you say that because someone asked me the other day. They said, "Oh, I'd love to make this, but you've got so many tools." And I mean, on the grand scheme of things, I don't. When it comes to woodworking, but you don't need many tools. You need a saw, a hammer, some nails, and if you want to tidy it up, you get into doweling. And I mean, I'm terrible at mortise joints, but I'm trying to get better. Biscuit joints. You just move on, and it's just all. I think for a lot of people, it's just like stop making excuses and just give it a go. Like you don't, even if it looks terrible, just put it out there.
This is it, yeah. You go as far back as the ancient Greeks. Look at the boats they were producing. They didn't have, cross cutters and all these electrical, machines. But still, yeah. Anyway, okay, so Makers Central, it's cancelled this year. Will you be going to next year's?
Yeah, we went last year, and hopefully we'll be going to the next one. Be there. I've got pens and stickers, so if you see me, just come and say hello. I chat a lot. So if you don't want to chat, just say, "Can I just have a pen and a sticker?" And then carry on with that.
Well, I'm sure everyone in the chat will see you there.
Weird. It's a bit hard not to see the old ginger.
We'll just look out for the strawberry blonde top wherever it is.
That. I also like the Viking blonde.
Oh right. Okay.
Although I think if you were a ginger, you'd be definitely taking the Viking blonde.
Yeah.
The old Ragnar Lothbrok.
There is a little bit of ginger in here. I'm not going to lie. But I shave the sides because it's grey. Okay, so projects. What are you working on at the moment? You got anything coming up?
Yeah. So I mean, at the moment, I've been waiting for a few tools. I've been meaning to make a sticker wall for about how long? About 4 weeks now, a month, 2 months. It's just been a long ongoing thing. So I've got a few tools Wolfcraft is sending me to try out. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but I quite like the tools. They're they're just like they're affordable, which is good, especially when you're starting out. I mean, you can always get your Festool and Trend, but sometimes if you've got a runner. Anyway, at the moment I'm looking to do smaller builds. So I've done a lot of big stuff, but I'm out of space, so no more big builds. But I'm planning on doing a sticker wall. It's going to be a bit of a twist. I've been throwing a lot of lights in at the moment, so I'm trying to figure out a way of hiding lights inside a frame, and then sort of like a bit like fiber optics, where the light travels through the I've got the light travel through.
I think they call it a prism. I think they call it. Yeah.
So it like travel through, and then it will get backlighted nicely. That's one of them. And then other than that, I need to rack out my van, and I've had a few people asking me how to do that, so I'm going to learn how to do that and show how to do it. And then other than that, it's going to be workshop builds in the future, planning them, building it, foundations, footings, same thing, footings, foundations, and then like top to bottom basically, or bottom to top.
Yeah. So
that's going to be the big, like, probably it's going to take up to the end of the year, maybe the start of the new year with the winter. Hoping to get the footing started by at least, I don't know, when do you reckon? Well, November, and then I can just plod along, because I'm an electrician in my day job. So I mean, I just need to get a dry area really to wire it up and get going. But workshop, small builds. And hopefully take people along.
You'll have to come down here and have a holiday when it comes to wiring my new workshop in.
Yeah.
So JP Woodwork over in the chat there said it's a golden mane. You're a lion.
Ooh, golden mane, and then that goes perfectly with the dandelion logo.
Yeah. I was just going to say the sticker walls kind of get out of control.
No, I mean that's
all over they're on everything. They're on, stickers everywhere.
People have to start moving to like pin badges, and then we just send them out and we try and fit them on. Just wear a pop, a bit like the Browns.
Right. So moving on, is there a tool that you love to use and a tool that you hate to use?
What's your favourite tool now? Meg's got a favourite. I'll ask her first. She's part of the. She loves the miter saw. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She absolutely loves the miter saw. I'm gonna say my favourite part would probably be I haven't got a ton of tools at the moment. But when I worked for a while at a joiners, and we used a 4-way planer there, and that's quite fun.
Oh, right.
Put it 4-way planer because it's a bit of maths involved, and the amount of sawdust it makes, you need an industrial size ventilator. But that's quite fun. But of the tools I've got to agree with Meg. It's got to be the miter saw. It's so versatile, and there's never a time you can't use it. I mean, I used to try and cut it all by hand, but you just can't get it as accurate unless I'm just caggy handed. So it's cheap to get going. It's cheap to get going, and you can so versatile with the blade. So
well, a lot of people just think they're just miter saws for chopping through, but I mean, you can do lap joints and all sorts on a if you've got a stop on the blade and you can stop it to a certain depth, you can do joinery on it and all sorts.
Well, you're quite lucky with the Evolution because I mean, as you say, it comes with a stop. It's a dual bevel, which is like I know it doesn't really do much other than just make life easier. And it miters. And I mean, if you're going over 45 degrees, then it can add a bit of difficulty. But yeah, I like the thing. I like it. I'm hoping to. I am hoping to try out wood turning at some point. So
okay,
I've got more space. That might be my favourite.
Yeah, brilliant. And is there a tool you hate that you just don't like to use? Something that scares you, maybe?
Probably the broom at the end of the day.
Right, fair enough. Yeah. It's like when people ask me. When people ask me, is there a tool that you hate? I don't like the washing up sponges.
Yeah, but I mean, I like. I think at the moment I've got a hand planer, which is a bit of a pain because it's about 50 years old. Lovely tool, will never give up ever. I sort of like I like quite like consistent cuts, and I want to get so for that reason I want to get a thicknesser. I mean, planers are amazing for that, but I'll show you. It's dead low. So that's me Wolf planer. I don't know what year it's from. But right. I've almost lost a few fingers on that thing. They're quite, not that I hate it, but it's just quite a scary tool to use at times. You have to be very, very careful.
You're not the only one.
Yeah.
You're not the only one. Yeah.
Scary.
A lot of people say that when I ask them, is there a tool you love or a tool you hate? They're like, well, I hate the planer. Yeah. And a lot of people, but they're just, it's such a good tool to have in your arsenal. Do you know what I mean?
That's also the problem, is that it's so handy and you need it. Because I mean, like when you join in your boards and if you don't plane it, I used to just rip them down and put them together, but now I try and plane it, and it just gives you that better seal. But at the same time, it's so you have to be. I mean, any tool you have to be careful with. I'll put a disclaimer in all my YouTube videos now, just to let people aware that I'm no expert and I will make mistakes, and just tell me. I've got no issue people telling me if I'm spelling my name wrong, as long as it's constructive and at the end of the day it helps other people. That's what we're all trying to do. I mean, like you doing these videos, you're trying to raise awareness and help people get into a hobby, or if you want to make it a job, or maybe you want to do really. What would you say your turn the interview on yourself. Wild card. What would you say your worst tool is apart from the broom?
The planer. The planer, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
The deadly planer.
Yeah, and obviously I don't like the washing up sponges or the washing up liquid, but the planer, it's such a good tool to have. But
have you got a table planer?
No. Mine is it's like yours, but it's a Ryobi.
Right, yeah. I'm hoping to get a planer thicknesser, just to sort of get the boards a bit better.
Yeah.
But all in good time. All the new work. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so direction of channel. Where would you like to be this time next year with your channel?
To be fair, like
it's a difficult one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like made more difficult. I mean, I completely appreciate how much support I get off people. It's like blows me away, but at the same time, it can add a like. Not that anyone's ever pressured me or said, "Oh, you better make this video," but I think it's your own personal pressure to say, like, okay, I've gone past 100 subscribers, which I thought I'd get hopefully by Christmas or the start of middle of next year, up to like the numbers I've got to, and it's happened so quickly. So I don't really know where it's all going to go. I mean, hopefully, in a year's time, I'll be making videos that are a lot aesthetically pleasing. I sort my lighting out because I won't have windows and the sound quality goes up. Just something that people, can enjoy watching. But mainly, I like the community. I like having a group of people. Like I've got, what's that guy's name who always messages really supportive in the video? One sec, we're conferring. There's one guy, Mike Larson, he's just added us on Instagram as well, and he's been so like honestly blown me away with the support. You can tell he really cares, and I'd like that. It's not so much about numbers. I mean, it's nice to have the numbers to feel like you're doing something worthwhile. Yeah. But if you put all your effort into thinking that numbers matter, then you'll never make anything you enjoy and the people that watch your channel enjoy. So for me, it's something I can, not that sound too namby-pamby, just something I can make where I'm enjoying it, and the people who watch it want to take part and say, "Oh, this is brilliant. Have you thought about this?" Or you've like motivated me to give it a go. Because I mean, like I got into woodwork, I got into making to begin with to sort of help with my own anxieties, and you might not see because I chat for England. Just tell me to shut up if I'm going on too long. But
no, it's your invasion, man.
But I started creating just purely because I was suffering with depression myself, and it's not really talked about enough. I think in modern day we sort of like shy away from the subject, and it helped me out a lot just to make something, sit down, take my mind off anything other than just at the time cutting up bricks to put on a tower that was like thousands of bricks, and just took all the focus away. And then woodwork is just an extension of that. It's more like it's a whole new world because I'm no master at making D&D, so not like scenery. There's people out there like Black Magic Crafts. He's amazing. If you want to get into it and you're into D&D or any sort of tabletop RPG, God, check out his channel. That guy, he's amazing. But yeah, it just helped me out. I can't remember what we're talking about
now. Just to let you know, Baz from Real Simple Things is in the chat now.
You all right,
Baz? Let's have a little look. Guys, if you we don't usually do this, but it's live, so if you got any questions you want me to fire at Scott, just put question before your question, and I'll try and read them out. So camera equipment, what do you use for filming and editing?
Okay, well, editing, I use Filmora 9. It was like 65 quid, and it's a one-time payment. I thought, why not? At the end of the day, you got the camera there. Camera, I've just upgraded to a 4K recorder, which like as amazing as it looks, it takes so much longer to edit because the epic's so big.
Definitely.
So I'm using a Panasonic G90.
Okay.
So it's a beauty because the best thing about it is that.
Yeah.
The fact you can see yourself when you're recording, because the amount of times I've done a shot where I don't even know what I'm looking at, or you've done the whole shoot, and 10 minutes later you're like, okay, can't see a thing. The only problem I have is what I do here. I have a tendency to look at that instead of looking at that.
A lot of people do. A lot of people. It drives me mad. It really does drive me mad.
Yeah, I mean, I do now. I mean, in my last video, I even made a joke about it where I'm there like really like awkwardly staring at the wrong place like this. I'm like that.
Yeah.
And it's so awkward. I looked down. I thought I'll keep it in because I like to keep all the embarrassing bits in. I think, why cut them out?
It's real. It's real. Right, we've got a couple of questions. Huey Lionheart.
Amazing, very supportive.
How's the 10 secret? Oh, I can't even. I can't.
10 second.
Yeah, I ain't got my glasses on. Table doing. How's the table doing?
It's done really well. It's down the shed at the moment. I was going to bring it up, but I had technical difficulties, so I've run out of the time to grab it. I can grab it if you at some point, but it's done really well. Anyone who's planning on doing a 10 security video, always take into account that you have to get it very tensioned, like extremely on the four corners. And that one suffered that. I didn't know about turnbuckles. I've never used metal chain before, so it's just something new to learn and to pick up. It's standing in there. I put a video on Instagram where I sat on it, and if it took my weight sitting on it, then fair play to it. It's doing well. So yeah, it's turned out well. It's going to make a nice telephone table.
Excellent. Right, JP Woodwork. Do you have a scroll saw? And if not, when are you going to get one?
Real's actually got Baz has got a really good scroll saw. And whenever I see, I'm not sure who makes it. You probably put it in the chat if you can. And it looks like a chunky beast. So I do fancy getting one to do a bit more. I was looking at either a bandsaw or a scroll saw, just based on what I'd use more and space. So I'm probably stuff like that. I'm going to wait until I've got the new workshop, just because I won't be here very long. But I do want to get a scroll saw soon, because I've still got to finish off my Dice Tower trilogy, which I've been meaning to finish for a long time. But it's basically I'm going along the lines of Greek mythology. I want to sort of do a mythological approach. So plenty of scroll sword, lightning strikes, and stuff like that. And yeah, I'd asked Baz if he wanted to sort of like join up on it and real simple things that isn't, because he's an amazing pyrographer. Yeah.
Well, there you go, Baz. He's in the chat. So right. So let's have a look. Right. Do you have a shout out? I kind of give you the hint earlier to think of someone. Okay.
So I think a couple. I mean, I've got so many makers I could thank. Like, the list is forever on, but one of the main ones is going to be Real Simple Things. He's like supported me from day dot. I think he supports a lot of people in the community. I mean, I don't know anyone who's got a bad word to say about him, really. He's like such a big member of the community, and I think he originally told you about my channel, and then that got me onto your channel, and he does it for everyone. It's just so nice to see someone who's so willing to be selfless. You don't see it very often in day-to-day life, and so I always try and shout out some love and put his name out there, because he deserves all the good things that come his way. And then the second one is it LS Handmade? I always get I always forget names, but LS Luke Southern. He's a great maker as well. He's a northerner, so very much like my girlfriend Meg.
Right. Okay.
I'm not going to do a northern accent. I'm not going to offend anyone. But Meg might do one for you.
Oh no, you're right.
Ah, Chuck.
I'm not.
But yeah, Luke Southern, LS Handmade. If you get a chance, check out his channel. Yeah, he's making a lot of swords recently, which is pretty cool. All made out of wood, no metal. And for some reason he's giving them to 12-year-old kids. His nephews, he does know them. His nephews and sons. And I did say to him, I said, oh, you're probably a bit dangerous there, but amazing work. Yeah, and he's very handy to ask about tools and this and that. And so yeah, I keep expanding the tool list whenever I speak to him.
Cool. Do you know a Dave O'Sullivan?
Yeah, you do.
You do. He said, "Hi, you. Oh, hi. Are you and Meg brother and sister?" No, they're not
No.
brother and sister, Dave.
I think it's illegal.
Right then. Okay. So that is it. Unless there's any questions from the guys in the chat, I'll give it a couple of minutes. You've survived an invasion.
No, I went fast.
It did go quick, actually. I mean, 35 minutes.
Yeah.
So
a bunch of technical difficulties. I mean, because obviously you messaged me and I was at work, and then I had to do a quick installation test at work, and well, it was a side job, but yeah. And then it turned to, I said to a message, said it's turned to World War III because I gave the person the bad news, and they were not happy.
Oh right.
Not my installation. I'll add that. It weren't mine. I just had to give them the bad news. So
yeah. Well, I do appreciate you doing this last minute for me.
No,
I was supposed to do Tim's how to make. Sorry, get words.
Oh
out.
yeah.
But we had some difficulties. Tim's end, so we could try and get him in next week if possible. So. But
you could say I invaded his invasion.
Yeah. So Baz says, thanks, Scott, for the shout out. Really appreciate it. What's this?
So what's your next project, Beard? While we're waiting for
can you see that there?
It looks a bit like a star from here.
It's actually it's kinetic wall art. So that's that's the prototype. If I can get my finger to work. So I'm just trying to work it now. So I've got it working, and then I'll make it out of some nice better wood, you know.
Oh,
so I've got a couple of things on the go.
That's the thing. I'll get to the same point sometimes. You start 50 projects and
yeah. If you're not a wood turner, hang on a sec.
I hope to be, or at least give it a go. I never claim to be any good at anything, but I'd like to give it a go one day.
Yeah.
Probably at Makers, I might. There's usually a couple of wood turners there because sometimes there's so many choices out there. It's like, what do you pick?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
this is another thing. If you're not a wood turner, you wouldn't know what this is. But the guys out there that are wood turners will know what this is. So
is that a marker? Is it some sort of marker?
No, it's basically a steady. So when you turn the goblet or you're doing something that is long, you need to support it away as far away from the chuck as possible. And you do that by hitting it 3 different angles.
Bracing it.
So that's something else I'm making.
Wow.
So
you'd have to try and get some goblets made. I'll borrow one off you at Makers. I can use it for my next D&D session.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, hang on just a second. What is that? Oh, right. Okay. Right. Any questions, guys, before we knock this on the head?
I'll promise to try and keep the answers short. I know I talk a lot.
Right, so JP says, come over to the Easy Wood stand. I'll be there, and I'll let you have a go.
Yeah, I'll hold you for that. I'll write it down, mate. when we first started the channel, I always said to me and Meg were like, I don't know if you've watched it. It was a Little Britain. It was off. Do you know Little Britain back in the day? There was the Prime Minister and Sebastian.
Oh yeah. I love Little Britain. Love it.
Used to pretend she was my PA, going Sebastian.
I bet she loves that.
Yeah, that was when we first started going out, and it's weird how little jokes like that suddenly get very annoying once you've been out for a while. She's sitting in crossed arms.
When you've been married over 20 years like me, they get very, very boring.
Oh, don't worry, I'll be dead by then. She'll have buried me in a shallow grave.
Right then. Okay, so we're going to call it there, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Beard Invades. A bit different to normal. The only other live that I ever did was Wayne the Woodturner. So it's just you and Wayne that's done this. So and I really appreciate you taking the time out for doing this as well. Last minute.
Honestly, thank you for having me. Thanks everyone that stayed under. Hope you all have a good time. Cheers for having me. I'll speak to Jay. Was it JP? I'll speak to him about
JP. We've got quite a large maker community, and we all jump into each other's lives and things like that. So you'll have to come and join us and one of our lives.
I've watched a few Stace makes. Quite a few different people. It's always like the problem is I always start when I'm at work or filming, and then try and jump in when I can. I don't mean to not putting the effort.
Right, and thanks to you lot for asking questions and being in the chat. And I'll see you next Tuesday, 8 p.m. UK time. I don't know what I'm going to be doing this week. I think I may be making some bookends for my daughter, but you'll have to wait and see. Anyway, I'll see you then, guys.
Cheers for having us. Stay dandy, everyone. See ya. Bye, Meg.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Meg. Bye, Meg.